So, Ronnie, welcome to the Crypto Princess channel. How are you today?
I'm fine. Thank you for having me here.
So, Ronnie, the resident question I always ask all my guests is, if I was to meet you in high school, what kind of person were you?
In high school, I was like a very introverted person. I was one of these childs that never got invited to any birthday party, and like I was always like an outsider, let's say, because I was very focused always on researching, learning. I was not like a nerd, but I always knew, I felt inside that I made for something bigger than just go to work, study hard, have a good job, and that's maybe why, yeah, the other children did not like me.
So, Ronnie, there was a lot of time between high school and 2016 when you got into crypto. Tell me about that time.
Yeah, when I no, I finished my high school, or when was it? Which year? Way ago. So let me check. When was it? It was like 1990. I left the school, So, but 2016, I started in crypto. I had a company. I had a company that was like constructing stands for conventions. So, and I always wanted to do business on internet, but when I started to see internet as a business opportunity, if you wanted to create a page, an internet page, it cost $100,000. There was no, it was very, very difficult and very expensive.
Mm.
So it was not easy. Like today, you just press a button, you have the best internet page from AI. No, it was not working like this. So and then I was researching, how can I make money online? How can I make money online all the time? Like a real obsession. And then I saw over and over and over again Bitcoin, 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 Bitcoin. And I researched a little bit, and I felt, oh wow, this is the next big thing. This is what you always was waiting for. And I immediately started to research and also to try to figure out, how can I get Bitcoin.
So that was in 2016.
Yeah.
So you found Bitcoin on the internet.
Yeah, I was in Facebook, and I was in groups because I wanted to make money online. Okay. And then there was somebody, they said always, oh, two Bitcoin, two Bitcoin. I say, why is it two Bitcoin? What is two Bitcoin? So they said, oh yeah, you can invest. It's like a company. I say, oh, Bitcoin is a company, but why is it two Bitcoin and Bitcoin? What's happened there? So later turned out it was a scam. So I was thinking, oh yeah, I will invest 1,000 euro in it. I was still living in Germany, and then and I was thinking, oh, should I do it? Should I not do it? Will I lose my money? And then a few days later, I saw on the internet, oh, it's a scam. They scam people. And I said, oh, Bitcoin is a scam. So very lucky I did not invest. But then I researched a little bit more, and I understood, no, Bitcoin is not a scam. Two Bitcoin was a company that just told you, oh, give me one Bitcoin and I give you back two Bitcoins, like an
Mm.
MLM scam. I say, oh no, this was a scam, but Bitcoin is not a scam. And then I tried it was very hard back then. There was no possibility like today, oh, you swipe your card, you can buy Bitcoin. The one and only possibility that I found, I was in Germany, there was two ways. First was local Bitcoin. You could just write somebody in local Bitcoin, and you could meet him somewhere, give him cash, and he gives you. That was very dangerous already. Or you could just go to Coinbase, connect your PayPal or your local bank account, and you could buy only Bitcoin. There was no other cryptocurrency inside Coinbase than Bitcoin back then.
So back in 2016, when you first entered into crypto, apart from the internet, who supported you?
Nobody. There was nobody to support me because it was very hard to find even good information about crypto, about blockchain. There was the first person that I followed. Was a German guy. His name is Dr. Julian Hosp. He's a doctor, but like a real medicine doctor. So he studied this, but then he also, same like me, he saw the potential in Bitcoin and crypto, and then he started to create courses. He wrote books about Bitcoin and this, and I purchased the books. I purchased all the books that he had about crypto, about blockchain, and he had some like some courses. You got a certificate. I entered into his community until now. He still have a community.
Hmm.
And yeah, there was not much material. Even the biggest YouTuber that you see today, like yeah, Altcoin Daily, BitBoy Crypto, and this was very, very small channels. They had very small channels,
Hmm.
like
Hmm.
30, 40, 50,000 followers.
And what about your family? What did they think when you first told them that you were getting into crypto and you wanted to buy some crypto?
I told my mother she had like 4,000 euro saved. And I say, hey, there is something called Bitcoin. And it was like 500 euro or something like this back then. 500 euro. I say, you should buy this because I think you can make a lot of money with it. And she said, no, I don't know what this is. Maybe it's a scam. Maybe I will lose all the money. You remember we purchased back then this yeah, stock options from before this crash in 99. 99 2000, there was a crash, or was it 2001? I don't remember. Yeah, we lost so much money. And yes, she said, no, I will not do it. So then a few months later, Bitcoin went up to $20,000. And then I said, wow, if we would have had invested in Bitcoin back then, so we would have made a lot of money.
Hmm. So that was, let's talk about 2020, sorry, 2017 now. So you got in 2016, you didn't have much support.
Yeah.
Your family were very skeptical, but it was
Yeah.
yourself. 2017 was the bull run. So
Yeah.
Bitcoin started off at around $1,000 and it went up to 20,000 US dollars. That was a huge amount of money. Um, how was the bull run for you?
Look, what they say, the first bull run you will lose, the second bull run you will learn, and the third bull run you will make money. So I was lucky because I connected with people that knew already a lot about Bitcoin, and also in this community with Julian Hosp. He said, and I started to watch videos about personal development, about how to create wealth, because I have never learned it. I was just I left school. I have never studied. I have never worked in a normal job, not a single day in my life. So I had to learn this all myself. So, and then I started to understand, okay, you must accumulate. If you want to be rich, you have to save and you have to accumulate. So then every Friday I started to buy 50 euro in Bitcoin, every Friday. However, every Friday I bought 50. If it was up, it was down, doesn't matter. Okay, then something very, very cool happened. I don't know if you was already in a space or if you remember. Then Roger Ver did the hard fork of Bitcoin and created Bitcoin Cash. And as I had
Mhm.
Bitcoin, I got the exact same amount. I should have purchased more. I didn't understand this, but uh, I had, I don't know how much it was. It was maybe 2.6 Bitcoin, I think, or I don't remember. And I got the exact same amount of Bitcoin Cash, you know? So, and then this was like, I don't remember how much it was, but my Bitcoin Cash also went up really, really strong. And I said, oh, wow, that's really cool. You can really make money here. So when I keep buying, then Coinbase added Litecoin, Ethereum, and Bitcoin Cash. And then
Mhm.
every Friday, I watched charts and there's something that I've learned that most people don't understand until today. I watched the chart. No, there was no chart in Coinbase. I watched the prices, and whatever Friday was going down, where I saw, oh, there's a discount, I bought this coin. Most of the time people buy coins when they see, oh, it's rising, I buy. Oh, it's going down, I sell and lose. That's the biggest problem in crypto. So I did it on the contrary. I purchased every Friday whenever I saw there was a coin or discount. And I don't know why. I don't remember why, but somehow I think it was because it was like the end of the year. It was like we want to go on vacation or buy Christmas presents, and it was a lot of money uh, back then in my account. I sold all the coins. I sold all the coins in December in the bull
Oh,
market, basically.
mhm.
But
Well done.
I did not know it, but I thought, oh, that's a lot of money, and I need money now because it's Christmas. Yeah, and I sold
Mhm.
it in the first, so it was good.
So that's amazing. You sold the top in 2017, Bitcoin's second bull run. How did the family feel about that? How did your wife feel about that?
Like if you talk about crypto to normal people, they always say, "Oh no, it's a scam! It's a scam! Oh yeah, you made a lot of money now, but it's not good money. It's not real money, and you will see sooner or later you will lose it." So I have to say, my family, they are very open, and I was just talking in general, because I have many friends, and they told me, and I see the internet, so many comments. My family, they was very open. Even my brother also, they invested a little bit of money and they made some money. And then I also started to help a crypto project to as I speak Spanish, because I always wanted to speak Spanish, so I started to learn Spanish. And I used to live in Latin America, and then I helped him to create a community in Latin America. And yeah, my family, they also started to invest, and they made money. So yeah, they was positive.
Okay, so we've done 2016, which was the halving year. We've just talked about 2017, the bull run year. You played it really, really well. You sold at the tops. Now, 2018
Mhm.
was a bear market. So at the end of 2017, the SEC came in and it started to issue Wells notices. And it went for ICOs because although a lot of people made a lot of money on them, some of them did turn out to be scams, etc. Were you aware that 2018 was going to be a bull run? A bear market. So were you aware that there's a bear market and a bull market, and then there's a bear market?
I was not really aware of this because as I saw, okay, everything is going down, is going down, is going down. So I thought, maybe it's not a good idea to buy crypto now, and I focus more on education. Also, as I was part of the inner circle of the Julian Hosp, there I got all the information, and they said, "Oh yeah, we have to wait; we're going down, and you buy later." So it was not like, "Oh yeah, this guy is a genius; he knew." No, 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 I didn't know. I was just, and it's something that I also recommend everybody: spend money on information, spend money on education, spend money to be in groups and insider groups or whatever with like-minded people. That's very powerful. So I was more focusing on business because I helped this crypto project to establish in Latin America. Also, I was traveling a lot because of this, so I was not really investing. And I don't remember really good if I understood already bull market and bear market and halving. I think this the halving I realized about the halving a little later, or maybe yeah, in 2018. This might be yeah that they understood that there's a halving in every 4 years and it goes up and go down. So yeah, but I did not buy in 2018. I did not buy any crypto. And what you said about the ICO, yeah, I also invested in some ICOs. They went all to zero. I did not make any money with it. And yeah, there was really a hype. Oh, if you invest in this, you will be rich, and only $200. And they
Yeah.
also did like affiliate programs, and if you invite somebody, you get more coins and all this. Yeah, they made a lot of money with it, but in the end of the day, I don't remember a single project that I invested in that or that I knew that exists still today.
Mm, mm. Okay, so that was 2018, the bear market. So 2019 was a recovery year.
Yeah.
Before we talk about the pandemic, in 2019, you went to Oxford University to study blockchain technology. Tell me about that.
Yeah, in 2019, I decided to understand better the underlying technology of crypto because I thought, okay, look, um, I was really scared, and I think this is mm, also the fear of everybody. Maybe whoever see this video now and feels identified, leave a comment and tell me if you feel the same. In the beginning, I was very scared because if you do a wire transfer in the bank, okay, then if something happened, you call the bank, you say, "Oh, listen, I sent this money there; it's not arriving. So what happened?" But I thought, okay, but in Bitcoin, who would you call? Who would you ask for help?
Mm,
There is no agent that can help you. It's decentralized. So when I understood this decentralization and that it's not a company, it's not like stocks or whatever, it is just a decentralized system that nobody owns and everybody owns. So you cannot call this the customer support. Then I thought, okay, well, how is it that people put millions of dollar in it? You are scared to send $1,000. You think, oh, if it get lost, how can you recover it? There are people that put millions of dollars in it. How can
mhm,
this be? What is the underlying technology? Why feel they so safe that it cannot be stolen, just a hack? Because my mother, for example, they hacked her email. Her email, they found out somehow her credit card number, and they just ordered iPhones and all this, and she had a hard time to
mhm,
recover the money. So, and then I thought, okay, but if you have $1 million in your cell phone and a wallet, how can how can it be that nobody can hack it or nobody can take it away? I knew already about the seed phrases, about uh, it's like 1 in 10 million the chance that somebody can have the same seed phrase or can find out your seed phrase. So this is almost impossible. And then I studied, or I was looking for a blockchain course for a university where I can do a blockchain course. And there was not so much, there was in in Germany, but there was like 6,000 euro, and it was like a university that's not very well known. And then I found like for £3,000 in Oxford University and 6 weeks course. And I checked the course description, and there was a lot of high level person that I knew already from the blockchain space. For example, there was a person that I saw talking in the Senate, in the U.S. Senate. She was hired by Mark Zuckerberg to defend his Libra coin, his Libra project. And I thought, oh wow, that's really high level people, high level educators. So I will do this. So I just paid the £3,000, and I started this blockchain course in Oxford.
mhm, mhm. And how was it?
It was very hard because as Oxford, they got a really high standard. They said
Mhm,
from the beginning, hey, you're not a native English speaker. You have issues, or if you have to do a test or something, whenever you do something wrong, forget about it. You will not pass the test because we are Oxford. We have very high
mhm,
standards. So just get it right, and that's it. So then I thought, oh, wow, because I speak good English, but It have to be perfect. And there was not AI like today. You just copy paste, say, hey, do it like this. No, it doesn't exist. So, but anyway, I was really surprised because there was some very, very high class people, like
Mhm.
people, if you are, it's like a normal campus, you know. So you have a group chat and you fill out your profile with your LinkedIn. And I checked, I think everybody will check, oh, who's inside the classroom with me. There was people like, um, from Forbes magazine, like under
Wow.
30 best entrepreneur, from banking, many people from banking system. There was even a minister, from somebody from the ministry, a minister, yeah, minister from Liechtenstein, from the small city country, that was working in the car vehicle registration. So I think they were thinking about putting their car vehicle registrations on blockchain. So there was really high class people inside there. And yeah, it was cool. It was in the beginning very hard to understand because most of the time people think, oh, blockchain, that's crypto, and crypto is blockchain. No, it's not. There are 100 different possibilities to use blockchain. One is crypto, but there are like 99 more or more than this, you know, like, how you call this, supply chain, for example.
Mhm.
You can put like, they were thinking about Formula One tickets put on a blockchain because you cannot, because there are, every year there are people, they're like faking them, you know, and bets, insurance, a lot of things that you can do with blockchain.
There are, I mean, Web3 will be built on blockchain, so it's all really, really exciting. I love blockchain technology. Okay, we're going to talk about 2020. Before we start to talk about your YouTube channel, let's talk about COVID. So 2020, the COVID pandemic hit. People were dying everywhere. Businesses were closing down. The world was in lockdown. There was so much uncertainty. Did you stay in crypto or did you exit?
No, I was in 2020. I was already 100% in crypto. So
20.
until today, I don't have a bank account. I have bank accounts because sometimes I need it to just register, but there's no money on it. I live 100% in crypto, and whenever I need money, I have to sell crypto. So it's not like most people. Oh, I have money and I buy some crypto every now and then. No, I live 100% in crypto. Whenever I need money, I have to sell some cryptos. You know, so when the pandemic started, I remember I was in Mexico, then I went to Cuba because my wife's from Cuba. And then they said, oh, this is because I thought, yeah, there's some, yeah, they did it before with the bird flu and this, it will be the same stuff, you know. But then my brother, he was in Thailand, and he said, you know what? I was talking here to a guy from, I don't know, from the CIA, ex-CIA agent, whatever. He said, this is serious. He said, if everything works out well, maybe in October we will be able to be have a normal life again. I say, what? This was February. I said, okay, I have to go back. And there was the last flight from Cuba. And
Mhm.
I say, I have to do this. And there was, you could not talk, you had to call a special taxi, and you had to wear a face mask. And it was, oh, it was such a crazy stuff, you know? Okay, then I went to Germany, and then I was basically, we was never locked in because we could just move, but they said, oh, you cannot be with other people and this. And my mother, I was in my mother's house. Actually, I was with my daughter and my mother on one part of the world in Germany, and my wife and my son, they was in Cuba. We could not go to Cuba, and they could not go out, you know. But at the end of the day, I thought, oh wow, that will be a total crash. Everybody will just keep his money. Everybody will like say, oh no, I will not spend a single cent. Oh, I would sell all my crypto. Crypto will go to zero. This was what I thought, but the contrary was happened. Actually, the project that I helped to develop the market,
Mhm.
uh, they never made so much money like in this month. Why? Because they had like an affiliate system, and they sold something like it was similar. Was like farming, farming, staking models. So they made a lot of money, and I made a lot of money. I've never made so much money before than in a pandemic, So I thought, oh wow, that's totally contrary. I was really surprised. And for crypto, yeah, it was very amazing for crypto. Why? Because all those people got their stimulus checks, and what they did was they immediately invested into Bitcoin and crypto. There was a lot of liquidity, and yeah, from a point of view of the crypto market, I think it was not that bad. And me personally, I was traveling all the time. All the time I was traveling. I was in Dubai. I was in Latin America, Dominican Republic, Mexico. Mexico was very cool. They was not so like, they have never had a lockdown, and Mexico was very cool these days.
Mhm. Okay, we'll talk about 2021 next. So 2020 was also a halving year. It was we had the
Exactly.
pandemic, we had the halving. You decided to open your crypto YouTube channel in 2021. Tell me about that. Why did you decide to open a crypto YouTube channel?
Yeah, because when we was like, yeah, when I was home with my mother and my daughter in Germany, we was not locked up, but there was no, you could not go to a restaurant, you could not go to a shop. If you wanted to go to a shop, you had to be vaccinated, and you had to show, oh yeah, you have to be vaccinated, and you needed a PCR test. Two things to say. I
Mhm.
would never do this. And then so I had to stay home. My mother, she had a big house next to the nature, to some uh, very nice place in Germany. So then I thought, okay, I did every day. I learned a lot every day about crypto. I studied, and then I thought, okay, why not share everything you know about blockchain, about crypto, and what you learn, and start your own YouTube channel. And then I checked, and in German there was already some people, and there was already, yeah. If you start with 0 subscribers, then if somebody have 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, you think, oh, they're big. There was like Crypto. I think Crypto had like around 50,000. There was Crypto Mo in German also. He had like, I think, I don't remember really good, but I think it was like 15, 20,000. And then there was Chico Crypto. I don't know if this guy still is around. Chico Crypto. I have not seen him for a long time. There was Bitboy Crypto in English, and there was a lot of channels already. And then I thought Altcoin Daily, and then I thought, okay, German maybe makes no sense. English, too much competition. So yeah, let's do it in Spanish, because I would be this one and only German guy that speaks about crypto in Spanish. And yeah, let's try it. And yeah, worked out very well.
Mhm. So when you started your your YouTube channel, was it more educational? Was it more trading?
No, it was more educational, because I did not trade in this time then. I
Mhm.
I bought crypto, I sold crypto, and I told people, yeah, buy this coin. For example, I told people to buy Matic for like 10 cents or something like this. Later, it went up to $2, and this kind of stuff. And I was really, in the beginning, I was just looking at other YouTubers, what they're doing, what they're talking about, and basically I was, yeah, using it like inspiration and doing the same in Spanish, because in Spanish there was very small channel, and there was very few channel, and I thought, okay, people don't have access to this kind of information. It's very good information, so yeah, let's give them the exact same opportunities that people
Mhm.
have that speak English. And yeah, I did this, and people really loved this. And there was also some countries in Latin America, there was like had lockdowns, and in Spain they have lockdown, and maybe that's why I this channel grew so quick. And yeah, I always try to be a little bit funny, to a little entertaining, and more educational. There was no trading content yet.
Let's talk about 2021 now. So 2021 was a bull run year. We started the year around about 30,000 US dollars, thereabouts. But by April 2021, we had gone to and reached our first peak at 64,000 US dollars. The China FUD hit, Bitcoin fell 50% to round about 30,000 US dollars. It ranged there for a while. Bitcoins were taken off the exchanges. The supply shock led to Bitcoin reaching its actual all-time high in November 2021 at 69,000 US dollars. Then we had economical concerns. We had the SEC coming in, issuing Wells notices again to companies, crypto projects and exchanges, and we slid into a bear market. It was a double top. Tell me, how was 2021 like for you?
Yeah, 2021, I started then already trading, and there was a guy from the US, and he was a very good trader, and he had like a free trading course. And I saw this trading course, and I was in his community, and they was like posting signals, and I made good money with all this. And yeah, then over the time, you lose, you win, you lose, you win when you start a trade. But in the end of the day, I made some good money. And also, I started to invest money in pre-sales. I got to know Didi from the Bitcoin family. He introduced me to Kyle Chassé from Master Ventures. And then we started to participate in this like pre-sales, So like the pre-sales, when a lot of projects launched in this year, 2021, 2022, and also especially gaming projects. So there was the start of the Web3 gaming. And yeah, this was really crazy times, So I have never done this before, and I was also a little scared. Oh, because you made some money, and now you have to put 10K into a coin that's not even on the market, and we don't know. But yeah, this was I think one of the best times for me in crypto where I made most money.
Mhm. What about in April 2021 when the China FUD hit and Bitcoin fell?
Yeah, I think I was in a long position. I got liquidated. I started to trade there. I started leverage trading. Before I did only spot trading, then I started leverage trading. And always when there is something like this, the China FUD, there are so many people say, "Oh yeah, that's the end. Bitcoin will go to zero." And if you're not very experienced, for example, if this is your first bull run, then you might think, oh yeah, and if it's true, maybe I sell everything, I lose money, but yeah, no problem. But it's better than it when it's go to zero, I lose everything. That's exactly the game of Bitcoin, as my friend Da Vinci always say. This market is made to make people lose money, the most amount of money, the most amount of people, in most of the times. So if you understand the game, and I was like 4 years already in crypto, so I understood. I said, okay, we just have to wait. It will go down, it will bottom out. Then you start over again, you open along, and everybody will be happy. So yeah, for me, it was not so. Even you still are doubting and think, oh, and what happened if this time it will go to zero, for somehow. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's always the same game. Okay, Bitcoin tops out, crashes down. Everybody's saying, oh, it goes to zero. We can sell, 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 sell. Strong hands, buy, 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 buy. You can see it on the chain, on the blockchain. And whenever nobody's willing to sell anymore, then they pump it and it go up. Always the
Mhm.
same.
So let's touch upon your books. So by this time, like you said, you had a number of years in crypto. You had also done a university, a course at Oxford University. You had all that experience. You had a really good community, and by now you had a good support network around you. You decided to write a book. Tell me about that.
Yeah, I thought, okay, there are so many people out there that might want to hear how to start in crypto, not just, oh, how, in which coin to invest or what's the best trading strategy, but just, hey, I got here some money in my hands and I want to buy crypto. How do I do this? So then I wrote the book, 10 things that you must know before investing in cryptocurrency. I published this in German and English and Spanish. But as I'm not a book writer or a publisher, so I did not sell a lot of copies. And it was also not really my goal to sell a lot of copies. I even offered this book for free also on Amazon, but then I offered like for 99 cents and I gave it also to people for free. This was the first book. Then I wrote later a book, how to become a millionaire with altcoins, because whenever you see now everybody's saying, oh, the alt season is coming, alt season is coming. Why is everybody so crazy for the alt season? Because in altcoins you have a huge upside potential. So you can make maybe 10 times the money that you invest. Just look at Sui. If you would have purchased Sui like only 6 months ago, you would have 10x your money already. Okay, look, from 10,000 to 100,000, from 100,000 to 1 million. And Sui is a strong project, so it's a reliable project. Or let's say Solana. Solana went from $20 or even below $20 to $200. So you could 5x your money. You know how long a normal investor needs to invest in real estate or whatever in equities to 5x his money? It takes like forever, and you can do this here in a few months. So I saw the potential and I wrote this book. That's on Amazon. And a few weeks ago, I wrote a book, but it's not on Amazon. I'm just selling it myself over the internet here, not on a platform, that is called The 5 Easiest Trading Strategies for Absolute Beginners Without Experience.
Awesome. I'll link the books down below. So there's 3 in total, one in 2021, one in 24, and one in 2025. So I'll link those below. Just very quickly, in 2021, you were also trading. You did suffer quite a loss. Tell us about that. What happened?
Yeah, I was in Colombia with my wife and my son. And my wife had a surgery there. And I was trading, and I had developed a new trading strategy. I have 2 Bybit accounts. It was still, you could trade without KYC. So I had 2 Bybit accounts on 2 computers or 2 cell phones when I was in the street, and I always open a long and a short with cross margin, only with 1% of my total amount of money that I had, and I had like $250,000 in one side and $250,000 in the other side. And I thought, okay, if there's something happened, like a crash, because like a crash, like you said, and it did China FUD and this, so you would maybe got liquidated on one account, but on the other account you make all the money back, because if you see it's crashing, you just take profit away and you just let it run, to your liquidation point, and you take profit on your liquidation point. So you would still have the same money. I said, oh, that's a genius strategy. You can never lose, And I made a lot of money. I did this a few days. And then on the day, I think it was the 21st of September, when Nayib Bukele and El Salvador accepted Bitcoin as a legal tender, I had to know that they will crash the market. The whales will crash the market because they know that everybody will be excited. I mean, it's just trading psychology. But I thought the days before it went down, 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 and I had also a trade that was really near to liquidation. And then I thought, okay, now you will open just longs because it went down so much. Now it will go up. And then I broke my rule. I did not open a short and a long. I opened 2 longs on 2 sides because I thought it can only go up now. It can only go up. So if you open a short, you must be stupid because you will lose your money. So, and then my wife called me. She said, hey, I'm feeling bad. Please come pick up our son because I cannot take care of him. I feel really bad. And I said, okay. And I had like the computer. I said, okay, it's just 10 minutes with a taxi, 10 minutes back, 20 minutes. What can be happen? And I left, and I had my cell phone. And then my friends told me, "Oh, there's a crash, there's a crash. Oh, it went down." I know my liquidation point was, I don't remember, it was 48 or it was 42, something like this. I don't remember. And I was in the taxi saying, "Okay, where is it? Where is it now?" Because I don't know, I had my data was finished and I had just access to WhatsApp. I could not have access to Bybit. Oh no, it's went down to 46 and went down. And I said, "Oh shit." And then I went to the hotel, I opened the computer and I saw all gone, $500,000 gone. And the problem was, this was the biggest problem, that I was in a trading competition. There was a trading competition from Bybit going on. And there was a leaderboard. And I was always on the first place on the leaderboard because I was the one who most money made. I had created my own team with my community and we was competing against other teams. So maybe if this would it would not be like this, I would just say, okay, forget about it. That's it. But everybody saw it. So this was very, very a bad experience, and it was very painful because you know I'm coming from a normal family. We was never rich or something like this, and also I had never been rich before. Like, oh yeah, he made a lot of money with this. Like today, many people, on the internet. So and then I lost so much money. This was really hurting bad.
So, how does somebody recover from that? You had a lot going on in your personal life. Your wife wasn't well, she'd had surgery. You were on a platform, everybody saw it. And it wasn't a small amount of money, it was $500,000 US.
Yeah.
Most people would never be able to come back from that. How did you come back?
Yeah, I was lucky because I had like some Ethereum left. I had like 50K in Ethereum left. And then I started the same strategy, but without leaving the computer with Ethereum. Then I got almost liquidated again. I think then I went down from 50K to 30K. And then I said, no, stop trading because you will lose everything. And then I just thought, okay, listen, so many people, you know how to make money. You did it once, you can do it twice, but maybe you have to find another strategy. And then I started to just seed invest. I looked for good projects. I invested. Then I started to work very actively with Kyle Chassé from Master Ventures. They invited me to a group of KOLs where they introduced us to companies, to projects that wanted to launch. And yeah, I checked this. And also on my channel, I started to I started to look for sponsors. I had never done this before, sponsored videos. And I started to look for sponsors. So in the end of the day, I really, really, really changed, because you have to understand how could I lose so much money? Because I was not just paying attention. Everybody had to understand that if this day you have to stay away from the market, or you have to be on the computer, like without blinking, seeing what's happened. But as I was, if you make so much money so quick, you don't see it like real money. You think like, oh, it's like points in a video game or something like this. And that was the problem. So I promised myself, okay, you cannot do this shit again. You must focus. You must pay attention. And then I started to take it serious. And yeah, from the 500,000 that I lost, I made 5 million in the end of the bull run. So sometimes it's like this. Sometimes losing, you win, because maybe with this money, if I would not have lost this, maybe I would have made 1 million or 2 million. But as I lost it, I understand, or maybe I have lost it all in the end of the bull market. Who knows? I focused on the different things, and I started to change the approach, and also the, how you call it, the way of doing business, crypto business. And yeah, I think I was lucky.
So, okay, let me just get this straight. I might be a little bit confused. in 2021, you lost 5 million, sorry, half a million
Yeah.
US dollars on a trade in 10 minutes, 10 or 20
Yes.
minutes.
Yeah.
In the same year, you came back and you were able to turn it into 5 million. Is that correct?
No, it was like 2022 when the bull market topped out, when the Bitcoin topped out, the bull market finished. Then I was talking to my assistant and I said, "Hey, check please all wallets, check how much money is there, how much coins do we have?" Because I invested in endless projects. Today, I check my Excel file and I think, "Hey, I invested in this project." There was like every single day, two or three. Sometimes we had to make two or three videos in the channel because we had to do reviews about some projects, you know. So I invested, like, as I told you, it was very easy in these times because you invested in a coin and on the launch you made like a 10x. So you invested 10K and only in the launch you got 10% of the coins, and then make a 10x, you had your money back, and then you have still 90% of the coins coming and investing. So that's how I made a lot of money.
Okay, that even makes it even more interesting. So 2021 was a bull market. We had the double peak. Things went up in 2021. 2022 was a bear market. This is when the prices go down. Even fundamentally strong projects can go to zero. We had Luna, FTX, we had 3 Hours Capital, we had Voyager, many other companies and projects literally went to zero. We had many black swan events. You lost half a million US dollars in 2021 in the bull market. You made
Yeah.
$5 million in the bear market. Could you just explain that a little bit more to me? I'm just struggling to
No,
understand.
no, it's not that I made it in a bear market. I made it, let's say, from September when I lost the money. I started to
Okay.
invest in pre-sales, and then in 2022, remember, yeah, it went down, the market went down, but there was always like spikes, and people said, "Oh, it will go up again. We will break new all-time high again," you know, because people think, "Oh no, the bear market started in December because from then it went down." Yeah, we know this today, but if you are back then, you think, "Oh no, it will go down like all the times, it will go up again," you know. So there was working a lot of um, a lot of project did very well. And you know, when Bitcoin is topping out, then later the altcoin season starts. Then it's really when the altcoins goes up, you know. So and then as the vesting comes, they are vesting. It comes every day, a certain amount of coins every week, so every month. So yeah,
Right,
it's
okay.
good.
So
But I can tell you something. I try to do this now again because I thought, oh yeah, this was so good. We make so much money. I don't care how much I lost. Because later, obviously, I lost also again money, like everybody in crypto, I think. And I think I invested in like 20 projects in pre-sales, and I made money in one. I lost in all the others. So now the pre-sale business and the launch pads and all this what was working back then very well, it's not working anymore. So crypto is moving very fast.
launch pads were quite a narrative in 2021.
Yeah.
Okay, so things have changed a little bit. So if we look at 2022 bear market, all the black swan events, in November 2022, we bottomed out at around 15,000 US dollars. Were you aware that we had bottomed out?
You mean Bitcoin? If I
Bitcoin, yeah.
were, no, no, absolutely not. This is where I lost a lot of money. I lost there like 100K because I was 100% sure, and I put my money where my mouth is. I was sure that we will go below 10K. And then like I opened a short on 16, whatever. It went up. And all my team members from my Spanish channel said, "We will go up for Europe." I said, "No, forget about it. We will crash. We will crash." I was seeing a crash. Then it went up again. It went up again. And added to my short. I added to my short. I added to my short. I added to my short. And in the end of the day, I had to close it. And yeah, I lost like 100K in this wrong
Mm,
bet.
mhm, mhm.
But I
It
was
was
absolutely aware that we were bottomed out.
it was very, very confusing because it was 50-50. People were like, "Oh, it's gonna go down to 10K," and others were like, "No, it's bottomed out here." Okay, so that was 2022, the bear market. 2023 was a recovery year. Anything special happened in 2023 for you?
Yeah, 2023, there was something, a narrative that I totally missed. Totally missed. This was the Telegram trading bots, Maestro bot, Unibot. I don't know if you remember this. And I was totally ignoring this. I saw it in Crypto Banter. Yeah, and this and that, and people make so much money. And I thought, oh no, that's something. Because always if I see something like this with Telegram and with messages and this, I think, oh no, that's a scam. They will rob people. And there was a lot of scams in Telegram going on, and a lot of hacks also. Like Bongbot, they hacked Bongbot, and I think the Maestro they also hacked them. But this is something that I totally missed. Why? Because, and here's the point. I thought, hey, you cannot be everywhere in crypto. When I started in crypto, there was Bitcoin, there was Litecoin, there was Ethereum, so it was very easy to be everywhere. But now it's impossible. And I learned you must focus on something. You must focus and you must be an expert in something, because if you're expert at everything, you're expert at nothing. So I said I would just do what got me the most money ever. This is launchpads. So what I did is I took a huge part of my money. I purchased all these launchpad tokens. I purchased the highest tier. I staked all these tokens because I said I will take all this juicy pre-sales launches and I will make so much money and I will outsmart everybody. And I know the end of the story. Never anything happened. All the pre-sales that I invested in, I lost money, less one. And also the launch pads, this was very difficult. Even I got hacked in a launch pad. There was a launch pad, I think name it's Moonpad, and I was in a hurry, and they created a new group. Exactly, they put an admin. I was in contact with the admin. They put the admin on it with the same admin picture and everything. Everything was 100% right. And I clicked, okay, I want to claim and they say, hey, you have to claim your coins or you will not be able to claim them. And I have written, I saw that before, that there was a certain time period, and I clicked and clicked and clicked, and was like 50K gone from my wallet. Stupid.
Gosh,
Yeah.
that's that's absolutely awful. Gosh.
Yeah.
Did you tell your wife about that hack?
It was just a phishing link, and it did not stop there. Um, Part of my pre-sale token that I got from another project was in this wallet. Okay, so I was in a hurry because the next day we was going to a vacation with my children, and we was like busy. Oh, we still have to do this and the luggage and this and that, and I was very in hurry, and I just pressed the button. Oh yeah, I have to do this and that and that and that, and all my token there was gone. And there was one token I just had claimed, and from a project there from friends of mine. And the scammers, obviously, they dumped all the token. The token dumped like very hard in 5 minutes. And the next day when I woke up, I got a lot of messages. Hey, why did you do this? Why did you don't ask me? This is not okay. We just try to do stabilize the token and push him, and you do this. And I say, oh shit, man. I say, hey, I got hacked. Obviously, they did not believe me. So I dumped the token. But yeah, this was one of the worst experiences after the 500K loss. And it didn't also not stop there. A few weeks later, again, my
Oh,
wallet was drained. There I lost like 12K. And then I talked to the project because I said, hey, I have never interacted with any other page than your claiming page. This must be an insider job from your devs. Your devs, they have changed the link or something, and they steal my token. They say, no, it's not possible. And you do this and that and that. And even there's an app called, I think it's called Wallet Guard, where you can check your wallet. I did it after the first drain, and they say, no, your wallet is totally fine. It's healthy. There's nothing, not a smart contract, nothing. And then they drained again my wallet, and the next day, 12K was gone. And the wallet guard guys say, no, 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 we don't know. Let's check. Yeah, I never got an answer. And the guys from the project said, oh no, we checked. This was like an old permission that you gave on a smart contract and whatever. So yeah.
No, I'm so sorry. I would cry. Like that's absolutely awful. Let's talk about 2024 now. So last year. So it was a very eventful year. It was a good year for Bitcoin. We started off at something like 38,000 US dollars. We made an all-time high before the halving. It was a halving year. The actual all-time high was, I think it was $108,000. We had Trump running on Bitcoin. The first United States president who ran and won on Bitcoin. We had the ETFs being improved in the first part of the year. We had a alt season in quarter 1, a little alt season in quarter 4. I think it was quarter 4. We had an extended meme season. Germany decided to sell 50,000 Bitcoin, which I would never understand. What was it like for you? What was last year like for you?
I have to be honest. Last year, the beginning was good. In the beginning, I made some money. I started now to trade full time. I did not invest anymore and developed a good trading strategy. And I have made some money with it. Also, the meme coins, I went full into meme coins because I started to understand the logic behind meme coins.
Mm-hmm.
And in the end of the day, long story short, I got greedy and I lost it all because I had a strategy where I just purchased on a 1x leverage meme coins, and I thought, okay, nothing happened. They will go up 10x, and you can, whenever put the leverage up, you can take some margin out, you can use your margin to trade or whatever. And then I thought, okay, now Trump came. Trump is the crypto president. Everything will go to the moon. So you could just use a 2x leverage because then you can buy the double amount of coins and you will make the double amount of money. And it's very unlikely that this coin now with the crypto president Trump will lose 50% of their value. So, the end of the story. I had to close the positions like was almost to not get liquidated. So I saved a little bit of the money, but most of the money are gone.
Mm-hmm. Memes are notoriously hard. I understand the meme culture as well, but still picking a meme is so difficult. Let's talk about your charity work because you're very charitable. Tell me about your charity work.
Yeah, I think that it's very, very important for us if you make money, more money or less money, whatever, but it's always important to give back, And I really strongly believe in the universe and in the laws of life. So as more you give, as more you receive. And I have to do more, and I will do more. That's also why I'm working very hard, because I don't work so hard and so much hours every day just to be rich and sit on my money. I also want to help other people, and I've done this. I went to India, very poor country, also very rich country. There are many rich people because where you have poor people, you have rich people. That's why they are so poor, because they're rich, they take it, everything. And I gave stationery like notebooks, pens, and all these books to 1,000 students in Ahmedabad, in a
So
city
sweet.
in India. And yeah, that was a very nice experience to see all these children. And I even have a video about this. I don't know why my team did never upload it. I will upload it. in the next days, because it was very nice experience. And in the future, yeah, I have done smaller charities, like there's an foundation in Colombia called um, Vuelve a Soñar, Dream Again.
Mhm.
It's and they help parents of children that got cancer, because it's very difficult for them sometimes to go to the treatments, even to take the public transportation and stay next to the near to the hospitals. Then they give them like also uniforms for the school, books and all this. I have helped them, and also there's one guy that he got an I don't know how you call this, Duchenne. It's something that if you got this disease, you barely reach 17, 18, 19 years, and then you die. His brother died already on the same disease, and he never went to school. He watched YouTube videos, and he learned to read and to write. He didn't know how to read and write. He watched YouTube videos, and now he's a book writer. He's a speaker, and very inspiring, his story. I went to see him, and I also sent him some money, but I really want to help him. He want to do a hospital. He want to create a hospital,
Mhm.
because it's that's a disease that is not really. There are very few people that got this. I think in all Colombia there are maybe 50%, and so the pharmaceutical industry, they're not interested to find a cure for
Mm.
it, because oh, there's no money to make. For them it's just everything about money, not just or for oh, we have to help people. It's just about the money. And as there's a few very few people that got this disease, nobody is really trying to how you call it, to heal it. And he wants to do it, and he wrote 2 books already, and he's selling these books in Spanish. And he wants to do a clinic. This is his dream, and I want to help him to make his dream come true.
He's very inspiring. Okay, let's talk about your travels, because we've spoken about multiple countries and we're
Yeah.
just talking about your crypto journeys. How many countries have you been to?
I have been more or less to 35 countries traveling, but I have lived, and I don't know, I've never counted it. I used to live in Spain, I used to live in Thailand, in the USA, Mexico, Ecuador, Costa Rica, Panama, Colombia, Cuba. Yeah, I really enjoyed travel. That's for me something that I always wanted to do. I think I was born and I grew up in a socialist country in Germany, in the German Democratic Republic. And if you tried, I don't know if you know this or your audience, if you try to escape from this country to cross the border illegal, they killed you. They killed many people on the border. So it was like a big jail, let's say. And
Mm.
like from child, I got this in my mind. Oh, you can never leave the country. Oh, you can never go to Paris, see the Eiffel Tower. You can never go to New York. So yeah, you're screwed up, you know. And then when I saw, oh, now you can go anywhere you want, then I think from there I developed this desire to travel anywhere in the world.
And
But
that,
it's
mhm.
a lot of destinations are still missing. So
And that's something that crypto does. It gives you the freedom to travel. You can do crypto anywhere.
that's why I like so much doing crypto, because sometimes last time I was in Dubai. I'm a resident of United Arab Emirates, and I stay normally half of the year there, half of the year in Europe. But meanwhile, I'm traveling all the time. Sorry. I was in Dubai, and my friend from India called me, say, "Hey, we can do this, we can do that. Let's create some content." I said, "You know what? I will come." So I just go to the internet, take my credit card, book a fly, buy a visa. 3 days later, I'm in India, And then I said, okay, maybe I should visit my friends in Thailand. Okay, I go to Thailand, you know. So it's people always say, oh yeah, I want to invest in crypto, I want to make money. It's not so much the money, it's really the freedom that is so amazing. And now you see today, you're living in the UK, you're living in Europe, in Germany, in Spain, wherever. The government tries totally, and it's my point of view, to destroy our society, our culture, our values. Um, and if you got a job, or maybe you got a bakery, you got a fabric, or whatever, you know, then you're very limited in what you can do, you know. So you maybe have to close your company, then you have to go to another country. You don't know if you can start your business in another country. So whenever I feel bad in a place, I just take my phone, I take my credit card, I jump in a taxi, and I'm gone. Even once and I was traveling with my family, was not just alone. I told my family, hey, let's go. We was in Tulum, Mexico, and I wanted to go to another place, and we jumped in a taxi. We went to the airport, and on the way to the airport, on my cell phone, I purchased the flight tickets, you know. So, and if I see my mother, for example, my mother, if she travels, she buys a ticket like 6 months ago, like 1 week before she travels, she starts to organize the stuff and the luggage, and to print out the ticket and put all together in a, oh, if they ask me this and that, you know. So, and to have this freedom to just wake up in the morning and say, oh, you know what? I think I should go to Italy to eat some nice spaghetti there in Napoli. You just do it, you know. And this is for me the biggest wealth in the world. Not the money. Money is just a tool. Money comes and goes, you know. Like you see, I lose, I win, but this freedom and this flexibility, especially in these times that we are living in, it's priceless, you know.
Okay. So just before we talk about 2025 and your goals for the future, tell me about your community. They're a lovely lot.
Yeah, look, I started a Spanish speaking community, and then, or let's say like this, I started a channel. I was never thinking about creating a community, but then there was people that said, hey, you have so many comments, positive comments, and people ask for the group to join and this. I say, hey, I don't have time for this. I just want to talk about crypto. I want to share what I know with people, but yeah, I don't have time for this. Okay. Then they created a whole Discord server and created different channels in the Discord server, signals, general. We have trading bots, all this stuff, and they created a nice community. There are now we have along all networks like 350K followers, 105 on YouTube, 80 on TikTok, like 20 on Instagram. We have like a Telegram channel of 20,000, a group of 6,000. So they did a really good job, you know, and the community is very active. And
Mhm.
yeah, in Spanish, there are not so many big communities, so we are one of the biggest Spanish-speaking crypto community.
Mm. No, that's absolutely lovely. And they're very, very friendly as well. Lovely. So let's talk about 2025.
Yeah.
How has 2025 been for you so far? Is this your third bull run? So this would technically be your third bull run year.
Yes. So I hope this bull run will make me a lot of money. As of now, no, I will not lie to you, because normally all people say, oh, yeah, I make so much money and I'm so rich in this. I have to admit that I have not made so much money as I wanted to. Even I have lost a lot of money. I started now to understand that I think the market now is highly manipulated. You
Mm-hmm.
know, and I know all the traders always say, oh, I lost money because of the manipulation. No, it's not like this. But I see so many people, so many traders on Twitter. They say, "Hey, you know what? Whoever catch this move, congratulations! I have not seen this coming." So I think Now there's a group of people that understood that you can make billions with manipulating crypto. And as there are no clear regulations about insider deals and this, they are doing it. They're doing it. So that's why I took the decision to just focus now on algorithmic trading, on trading robots, because we have to admit that AI is taking over. Okay, if you are in video editor and you don't use AI and you try to do the video editing just by hand, and I use AI that helps me to cut all the things out, the pauses out, and I just to do some smaller adjustments, you will lose against me. You will lose. Okay, so anybody who's not understanding that AI will take over will just lose. That's very easy. So if I, as a trader, say, "Oh no, there will be always the intuition," and yeah, forget about it. I think in the future there will be not any more such thing as, "Oh, he's a better trader," or he's not so good as a trader. I think there will be, "Oh, he have the best trading bot and his
Yeah.
trading bot is not so good," because let's say if you see there's a drawdown, there's yeah, or a spike, so a crypto bot will never wait a second and say, "Oh wait, Trump is speaking, should I buy, should I not buy, oh wait." No, he's just buying, buy, 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 in milliseconds, and then the retrace comes, and then he already sells. When a human trader thinks, "Oh, should I buy? Oh, was Jerome Powell speaking? Oh, what will happen?" The crypto already bought and sell. So we have just to accept the fact that robots and AI will dominate many parts of our life. So um, you can just ignore it. You can say, "Oh no, this is bad, and so many people will lose their jobs, and no, that's not good." Or you can just say, "Okay, it is what it is," instead of crying or thinking, "Oh, that's evil." I will just take advantage of it as good as I can, and that's what I'm doing. So I start to trade lesser and lesser and lesser and focus more on trading robots and to be the best trader, algorithmic trader with the best trading bots.
Mhm. No, I completely agree with that. I'm just starting to get into bots myself, trading bots.
Cool.
Um, just before we talk about your family again, so they've obviously seen your whole journey, etc., and what their thoughts are. What are your goals for the rest of this year?
Yeah. For the rest of this year, my goal is that I want to, first of all, to create, grow my new channel. I have created a new brand. Name is German Trader. Why?
Mm.
Because the brand name of my Spanish community is Crypto Avances. It's more like a community of people that start with crypto, that want general information about crypto, that want to invest in crypto, they want to learn about crypto. So German Trader is 100% only my personal thing. There's still no community behind it. And I want to focus 100% on trading, not on crypto investing, crypto information, but on trading. And I want to grow this channel at least to 100,000 subscribers, the YouTube channel, and also in other networks. I've hired already a team, and we're starting from now. And I want to be one of the best bot traders in the world. I want to have the best trading robots. Actually, with a friend of mine, I think he was already also on your channel, and David Tech.
David
Uh,
Tech.
we- yeah, he have created 800 bot strategies, and I want to figure out what's the best for each part of crypto, because there's bitcoins moving slowly, there are meme coins that are moving very fast, there are other projects like Solana or Sui, they don't move so much. So what's the best strategy for each different asset class inside crypto, and then be the best at algo trading, at bot trading? That's my goal. And I want to maybe also go with my family to a different place. I'm thinking about Latin America. Um, because I don't like really Europe anymore. Dubai, I love Dubai. I would stay forever in Dubai, but it's too hot. I think
Hmm.
my children, they could not stay there, even if it's the best place in the world for me. Like it's secure, don't pay much taxes, and you have so much opportunities. But I think I will go to Latin America. That's my goal. And yeah, help more people, help as much people as I can.
Oh,
Um, that's a big goal of mine.
oh, that's so sweet. Okay, let's just touch upon family before we finish. So, your wife and your children have seen you throughout the years on this journey. They've seen your highs and your lows. What do they think about it now? What do they think about crypto now?
Yeah, I think my wife, she's from Cuba, and the Cuban people are very practical, they don't ask much questions. If whenever you can make money with it, they do it. In Cuba, there's so much things going on, so they understand that you have to be flexible and you have to be uh, like, I don't know the word in English. You have to just invent everything you have to do. In Cuba, sometimes they don't have like toilet paper or soap to wash. So you have to understand, where can I get this? Where can I find this? Or there are so many things that get broken, like things that you don't really think about. You say, oh yeah, I go to the shop and buy a new one. Yeah, they don't have it. Like if you the door opener or things. So they always try to improve anything, to repair anything, to find a way for anything. So my wife, for her, she was just saying, okay, that's crypto, that's what we're doing, that's where we get our money from, let's do it. I have to admit, when I told her, this was back in 2017, 2017, yeah, 2017, a few months after I got into crypto, I told her, you know what? I will close my company. I will go full into crypto. She said, are you crazy? And if it's not working, I said, yeah, I have to make it work. So in the beginning, she was, because I made good money with the company that I had. And I said, I will close the company. How would you close the company? But I knew I cannot do both, or I can both do both, but both I will not do it right. None of both. So I stopped the company, closed the company. Even in 2019, I sold our house. We had a house in Germany. I sold our house and I bought Bitcoin from it. I made a video about this, and people said, oh, you are crazy, how can you say this? This is so how you call this, you have no I don't know the English word, how you call this, lack of responsibility, unresponsible. This
Yeah.
is so unresponsible, because people could do the same. They could sell their house. They can do the same as you do, and they lose everything. Bitcoin was back then like $9,000. So I sold the house. I made a video on YouTube. If you watch on YouTube, look on YouTube, you will find this video. Even I can send it to you. You can link it here. People said, "Oh, you're crazy. You will lose all your money, and the people that will follow you will lose everything." No, it's like Bitcoin 10 times more, or. And yeah, my family, they're always supporting me, and also my children. My son now, he's looking, if I'm trading and he's looking at the charts and he see a red candle, he say, oh, look, it's going down, it's going down, and the green, oh, it's going down. Yeah, he's 8 years old. And yeah, actually yesterday I told him, look, I want to go to the kitchen. I want to grab a coffee. Look how much money we make. Look this number here. If it's red, we lose. If it's green, we
Hmm.
win. I ask him, hey, how much money do we make? Yeah, we make $200. Oh, cool. So I want to make him get used to trading. I really would like him to be a trader, because in the end of the day, and that's also the cool part. There are so many people that say, if you're an investor, you can only make money if it price goes up. Okay, so if you think, oh, real estate prices, I have to wait until they go down, and when they go down, then I buy, and then it goes up if you're an investor. But if you're a trader, you don't care if it goes up or it goes down. If it goes down, you open a short position and you make money either way. So that's the good thing that I found in trading. That's why I'm focused on trading.
Oh gosh, Ronnie, that was an amazing crypto story. It really, really was. Thank you so much for coming on and sharing it with us.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for having me. And yeah, whenever you want invite me again, I'm ready.
Awesome.